Please be with us, dear guests and participants. Thank you. It's good to open up our videos, our cameras, and meet face to face. So, please.
Yes, I would like to ask Mr. Michailidis.
Who's talking?
I am Ευθύμιος Χαροκόπος.
Yes, please.
Mr. Michailidis, I would like to ask about your opinion regarding the reshaping the leadership role in our era, having in mind all this stuff we received today from our speakers.
Yes.
And I would like to ask also regarding the role of politicians.
Okay. Let's start with the leadership role. First of all, I want to state, according to my work, my research, my experience, nowadays we're talking about leadership not as a hierarchical post. We're talking about leadership qualities that everybody, irrespective of their position, must have. These are human qualities like character, like open mind, like flexible thinking, like innovation, like whatever, these kind of things that everybody in the community of a business must have. So the first thing is that. The second remark is that according to our experience, to my experience, not everybody higher in the hierarchy levels have quality leadership skills. So we don't, when we're talking about a leader, don't confuse, we're not searching about Napoleon or Alexander the Great or whatever, okay? We're talking about a total integration of our personality, that everybody in our community must be a hub that communicates with everybody. So we're going to have an ingenious network. This is the point that we have to stress and to stress in our business today, in our Greek businesses today, because this is a problem, as I discussed earlier, the networking, okay, the ingenious networking of a business or of a country. And the second question regarding politicians has to do exactly with that. If, because either you have a network in a business or you have a network in a nation, globally or locally, is exactly the same thing. If you are not able to be an ingenious hub, you're not going to have an ingenious network. And if this is a country or a nation, so this country or a nation has a problem. This is the role of politicians. According to Plato, I don't see any politician around. But anyway, we have to always be positive in our psychology, and we have to wait for everybody, not to see a messiah. We're not looking for a messiah. We are looking for to increase, to unleash our potential in everybody, in every hub. That's my point as far as leadership is concerned, both in business or in politician or as a nation.
Very well, thank you very much, Mr. Harakopoulos. Mr. Michailidis, you are talking about a mindset shift. You're talking about a transcendence of the ordinary mind.
Yeah. Mindset. What is a mindset? Is a way of thinking. Is a way to be open to new things. As I said earlier, and you mentioned it as well, unlearning. Okay, it is a mindset. You have to see the reality. For example, let's take an example. in the horse era, once upon a time, there were horses, okay, before the cars. The most fruitful industry was the industry producing whips, okay? The whip, it was the horse whip, it was the number one, it was the accelerator of the era, okay? You put the whip and the horses is running faster. So everybody in this industry was very fortunate to produce whips. When the horse lost its job, okay, and we had cars, every industry that said, I'm producing whips is dead, was dead by the time. But the companies that they said, I'm not producing whips, I'm dealing with leather, and I know how to form leather. So this once upon a time it was the whip, now it is leather seats, leather, whatever applications for the cars. So all this transformed into new way of business. This is a mindset. You have to see, to understand, this is the mindset I'm talking about. We have to have this kind of flexible thinking.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kosteletos,
Yes,
I think you want to say something.
No, there are still horses. I think there are still horses.
Of course, okay, yes. But
Yeah. Mr. Economidis Stavros, Mr. Economidis. No, I saw a hand raising.
No, thank you. I was just checking my.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
But Plato is wondering who is the best to speak on the whips of the horses. And he says that the best is not the one who makes the whips, but the one who is driving the horse, the rider of the horse. The rider of the horse knows about the whip. So the problem is if there are no whips, but if there are no riders. We have no more riders anyway.
Of course.
This
is the previous question about leaders. Yeah, okay, of course.
I'm joking in some sense, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, ladies, gentlemen? Mr. Psathas, may we have your comment or a question? Then I have one, if you allow me.
Yeah.
If we can. I like to combine things and very nice talks. Mr. Kosteletos, your third principle,
Yes.
you illustrated about the uniqueness, the unique.
The unique.
How can you combine this concept of yours with what Mr. Michailidis just told us about the need for self-leadership?
For
self-leadership. Mr. Michailidis illustrated that.
Self-leadership is a topic that for every time, in every area, we need leaders. But the leadership takes a specific form in its area. Isn't it right? Okay. So I tried, as I tried to trace the untraceable under this cultural internationalization, the globalization, so to speak. But foresighting the future, I try to be specific. And I said we need a common to speak to all of us, to speak to the global, to the whole planet. We need a common language, and we have to, as Greeks, we have to offer to this. So the idea of the unique is my third concept. I say focus on the unique and not on the individual or the collective. Things are not individual, are both individual and collective at the same time. This old antithesis of the 20th century between the individual and the collective freedom or necessity is another way, so to speak. It's out of what is coming. If we focus on the unique, we appreciate both the individual and the collective. And so leadership has to be under this idea. We need leaders for what we are going to do, for the time, to be on the spot. This is what I want to say.
Yeah. Thank you
You
very
cannot
much for
find a
this.
leader in the way you look for a leader under the romantic idea of the 19th century, for instance. Leader is a leader for today, and is a unique exemplar that can unify both individual capabilities with collective ideas at the same time.
Thank you very much. I think that we have concluded this session. I think it is time for break. Yorgos or Mr. Harakopoulos, is it
Yes,
time for?
it's time. Yes,
May-
it's time for
okay.
break. We'll be back
Okay.
at 13:10. 13:10.
So 15 minutes break.
Oh, yes, exactly. And I will ask Mr. Economidis, Professor Economidis, to communicate with me at my phone number, if it's possible. Stavros, could you please call me back?
Yes, of course, Themis, yes.
Thanks, thanks. Okay,
Thank you.
break.
Thank you
15
very much. Thank you very much.
15 minutes